Everybody dies, which is the truth. It's so true that on your birth, you might as well just come with a casket. Instead of buying that baby crib out there, future parents that's watching this, all of that stuff that you're about to buy a casket. Saying you're only going to use that baby stuff for about a year or two, maybe at the most 5. That casket is forever. The Monkey, new movie by Osgood Perkins. He's back, baby. Last year, he brung us a movie about a daughter and mother in trauma with long legs. This year, he decided to bring us a movie about sons and father and their trauma. This movie's story is told in a very linear fashion, but it is still also narrated, which to me kind of made it very weird. If it's linear, I don't really think you need to narrate it at that point. Just let the movie play out. I feel like the narration is sort of used more so for comedic effect. This movie is a comedy for just straight out the gate. It's not even trying to hold back on the comedy. The only reason why it's a comedy horror is because there's a lot of gruesome deaths here. If this movie didn't have tons of gruesome deaths, bloods, and gore, this would just be a flat out screwball comedy. But since, you have the gory parts and the very bloody parts, it stops being more of a screwball and like, oh, this can be seen as somewhat horrific. You're not gonna get many scares here, mostly laughs. But if you are a big fan of gore and horrific deaths, this will satiate that hunger that you have for blood and carnage. In this movie, people don't just die. People are destroyed. It's just devastation to the body. Very Final Destination-ish. And that's sort of why I really did like the movie that was going on here, because I'm a big fan of Final Destination. It fed that Final Destination sweet tooth that I've been missing, but took itself less seriously, and it's a lot more easier to understand than Final Destination's death is just killing people. And I like the joke of when you first find this monkey, a lot of toys will say lifelike. This one says like life, which leads to a pretty funny joke between the brothers when they discover this toy and they start to use it. This movie is about an hour and 38 minutes. There's not a lot of craziness happening here. It's a very simple story pretty much from beginning to an end. The theme that they're here trying to really talk about here is not just death, even though I do like a good movie talking about just the death and morality. This movie is mostly about generational trauma. These brothers here are suffering from a disease that a lot of people suffer from, which is called the deadbeat daddy. And their deadbeat daddy has given their moms tons of trauma here, played by She-Hulk herself, Tatiana Maslany. She's great in this movie as this left, bittered, single mother here. Theo James is really good here. He doesn't have as much screen time as you would think he would. Most of his screen time comes in towards the later half. But when Theo James do come into this movie, he's really good. He's on the verge of losing his son because he doesn't want to give him this trauma that in the sickness of the deadbeat daddy, using the monkey as this representation of all of that. Here, he is slowly becoming that said deadbeat dad that he was not trying to be. And I found that really interesting in the story here. Sometimes you try so hard not to be like someone that wronged you that you end up wronging the people around you. Like I said, the movie's only an hour and 38 minutes. There's not much going on here. Very straightforward. Two boys find a monkey. They wind up this monkey. If the monkey plays his little drum set on the last drum beat, somebody dies. They do go a little bit deeper into the brothers' relationship and family drama, but for the most part, it's just play monkey, monkey hits last drum beat, somebody dies horribly, which again, I liked. I found that to be extremely entertaining. And I do think this movie is a very extremely entertaining movie, just due to the fact that it has a lot of jokes and, like I said, a lot of comedy going on here, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. The only thing that I felt somewhat missing from it is just like the filmmaking. But between this movie and Longlegs, I would say this movie is a way more entertaining, way more easy to digest than Longlegs. But I would say Longlegs, just as a film, a lot more well executed. The filmmaking here isn't boring, but it doesn't have as much atmosphere in the filmmaking as some of Osgood Perkins' other films. Out of all the films that I've watched of his, this would be the one movie that lacks visual style or any style in the actual direction or cinematography here. But overall, The Monkey's just a very fun, gory-filled, fantastic time in deaths. If that's all you're looking for, that's what you're gonna get. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. But hey, that's just my opinion. You could disagree. If you disagree, subscribe. I say so many things here. I have so many different opinions, man, that maybe this time we just didn't link up. Maybe this time we disagree. But next time, bro, we agreed. So that's why you need to subscribe to come back in case, you know, I do say something we agree with. If you agree and you're already subscribed, but man, go ahead and leave a like. You know what it is here. You know you like it over here. And if you're new here and you agree and love everything going on over here, hey man, like and subscribe. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching. And as always, good and bye.